His political radar senses opportunity to break through Labor's wall in the West, staking this battle on a promise of military might.
We need to make sure that whatever confronts us over the course of the coming decades, we can stare down.
Standing alongside his shadow defence minister, Peter Dutton's outlined an ambitious plan to lift defence spending from 2.03% of GDP today to 2.5% within 5 years. In a decade, an aspiration to reach 3%. Outspending and outgunning Labor, which plans to boost spending to 2.4% within 8 years. It'll take an extra $21 billion. Money that'll come in part from reversing Labor's $17 billion income tax cuts.
Nice to meet you.
On a whistle stop through Western Australia's southwest,
We've put in $57 billion additional funding over 10 years in defence.
The Prime Minister rubbished the Coalition's policy as little more than a headline figure.
A media release in search of some detail.
Beyond drones, guided weapons and frigates, the Coalition's given no specifics on what the extra billions will buy, but it is clear on the why.
With the election of President Trump, America is moving to an America First posture. We still have a strong relationship with the United States, but we can't take anything for granted. The world has changed.
In more ways than one, the former SAS captain soon found himself in the firing line.
Changed your personal view? But you said it, right?
I did say it.
Pressed on previous comments he's made, suggesting women shouldn't serve in close combat roles.
I'm not going to disown who I was 7 years ago.
The Andrew Hastie of today offering an explanation.
I remember picking up an 85-kilo mate with my pack and webbing and my legs buckling. Now, I did that in training, but I worked with men who did that under fire in combat.
But insisting that view isn't reflected in official party policy.
We will have a policy that is open to all Australians for combat roles. Nothing is changing.
The Coalition is starting to provide answers on how this policy and others will be funded. Tonight confirming it'll scrap Labor's $16 billion plan to write off student debt and dump an EV tax subsidy scheme, saving another $3 billion. Setting the scene for a battle over the budget bottom line into the final week of the campaign. Jane Norman, ABC News, Canberra.
So, for some analysis of the Coalition's defence policy, here's National Political Lead David Spears.
It's come late in the campaign, but Peter Dutton's plan to boost defence spending is a significant moment in this election contest. The increase is substantial, and the opposition leader is asking voters to pay a higher rate of tax to fund it. That's a brave move for an opposition trying to win over struggling families. Asking people to give up a tax cut in order to fund a military boost outside of wartime wouldn't normally be a vote winner. So why does Australia need to lift defence spending by this much? Well, Peter Dutton is pointing to China and the potential for a conflict over Taiwan. His shadow defence minister is also pointing to the United States. Andrew Hastie noted the US is becoming more America first. Donald Trump is hard to predict. The world has changed, he said. This is the closest the Coalition has come to acknowledging the US is becoming a less reliable ally. The government criticised the lack of detail from the Coalition on what kit it wants to buy, but it can't deny the trend amongst US allies and partners to lift their defence spending at a time of growing global uncertainty.